So, Minister, you said around the fact that you changed because there were something like 90 claims, or I'm not sure what the actual figure was, but within one claim, 90 sectors within one claim. So, presumably, the change meant going forward from what you put through and the work that you did, you would know that many of those would not be able to progress under the new legislation. So what advice did you seek, or did you seek advice on which pay equity claims would not be able to progress under the new rules?
I didn't seek to understand how any specific claim that was currently under the process would be affected, because I was not doing this for any particular claim. I am doing this to make the system more robust in general. And if you think of, some of the issues that we had, the pay equity process was not necessarily focusing on addressing sex-based discrimination, but was also picking up non-sex-based factors. And if we truly care about stamping out sex-based discrimination, our laws should do what they say they do.
Is that good lawmaking, though, if you're not understanding the full ramifications of what your decisions are? Is that good lawmaking?
Thank you. I've already said that was the last question before, unless the Minister wants to answer, and then we'll move on.
No, I just want to make one really clear statement, which I made in the House a few weeks ago, which is I'm not a lawyer here to present in favour or against any particular union claim, or in favour or against any particular employer when they're going through a claims process. That would be improper. And so many of the questions that I have had asked to me would actually be improper to answer, because that could get in the way of any particular claim that could in the future be brought. But that's information that I do not have on hand. However, I have mentioned many times, we are not doing this for any particular claim. We're doing this for the robustness of the system. And if you look at where our system has ended up, it is still actually a very liberal system internationally. In the UK, for example, you cannot take a claim outside of your employer. We are allowing people to have comparators even outside their employer. So our system is still quite liberal.
Right, thank you. Minister Weiner.
Thank you, Mr Chair. Thank you, Minister. I'm wondering...
I do like Jan's question and response that Carl Bates ruled as out of order.
No, that was not out of order. I find that to be very hypocritical from Brooke, considering that she went out of her way with her health and safety reform proposal, to ask over 1,000 people to provide feedback on the consultation document, right? She could have done a consultation document with this amendment. So, she should know the numbers. 90 sector claims within one claim. You should know how many of these should not be able to progress under the new process. And she's like, well, no, I didn't do any homework to understand how, the 33 official claims would be impacted by the new regulations. But I'm not a lawyer. It's like, well, no one's asking you to be a lawyer. They're just asking you to have data. But she's like, I don't have any information on hand, but we needed a more robust system, even though I don't have any data. It's like, then how can you argue for a more robust system if you don't have data?
Yeah, exactly.
How can you? That's unethical. That's not good lawmaking. I don't even think that would pass the regulatory standards bill, the way how that's being set up.
Probably wouldn't also pass the High Court, and wouldn't pass it with Judge Judy either.
No.
Can you picture Brooke Van Veldon having to sit down there and justify a case in front of Judge Judy?
Well, if Judge Judy was, I don't know, not a TV lawyer or TV judge, sorry.
No, she is a retired judge.
Yeah, no, she doesn't.
She's been a TV judge for 50 years. She was a real judge for 10 years.
Yeah, I know that, but a lot of what she does is for show and performance now. But and it's small claims. It's not. She's not dealing with pay equity.
She does base her rulings on actual laws, though.
Yes, but
the thing is, she actually does base it on laws, and she respects suppression orders. Because I remember there was one case they had to date the dentist, because there was actually a suppression on the case.
Yes. But my point is that she is as much of an active judge as what's the name of that bloody psychologist?
Dr. Phil?
Yeah, she's as much of a lawyer as Dr. Phil is a practicing psychologist. They're entertainers. They've obviously got experience working in the industries and got very valid experience, but what they're doing is for show, and things are going to be exaggerated, and things are going to be, Well,
it is on the case of Judge Judy, it's really weird that her and her husband Jerry were basically the founder of multiple television court shows of different styles, but they were the ones that architect so many of the US court shows on the formats and all that, because they went overseas and looked at other countries, how they do things. Or we could have a show that's like this, like Hot Bench is it's a free judge panel show, and it was based on something that a certain level of court in Ireland.
I've got a real problem with shows like Judge Judy because I don't think legal cases should be done for entertainment.
No,
because there's an expectation of performance, and it's like, nah.
And yeah, they are small claims. You are right, yeah, because you don't have lawyers. Yeah, and at least actually that's with Judge Judy. It sticks to small claims. It doesn't go beyond small claims, but other ones have done.
Yeah,
like
and the other
Judge
issue I have
Jean
shows.
Perot.
Yeah, I mean, other issues over shows of that like that is that they don't give people an honest or an actual look into how the courts work. It's entertainment.
No, put it this way: The Good Wife does a better job than Judge Judy.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, and I wouldn't say The Good Wife is near. Oh no, series 7 of The Good Wife actually was probably the most accurate depiction of the US court system. Yeah.